Hi, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning into our 41st episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything that's important to us, to you, and the world, and nothing is off the table. In this episode, we're talking all about lucid dreaming. But before we dive deep into that subject, let me go over a couple of ground rules. First, have you subscribed to WokeNFree on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio? If not, please do. If you go to WokeNFree.com, you'll see where our show is on all the different platforms, and make sure that you subscribe because we greatly appreciate your love and support. Next, have you shared an episode? If not, feel free to share this episode that you're listening to right now with a friend or family member, and feel free to share away any of our previous episodes. Also, have you talked to us on social media? You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WokeNFree. And then lastly, have you reviewed our show? If not, we would love to know what you think about what we're doing and your thoughts on each episode. So feel free to give us a review on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Again, you'll find where we are on all the different platforms on WokeNFree.com.
By now, you know, each week we like to share a little bit about us before we dive into the topic for the episode. Last week, we shared our favorite pair of kicks. This week, we're going to share our weirdest dreams. We'll probably just singular dream, I think. We're not going to go into multiple dreams. That'll be strange.
Yes, that would be a bit off subject. Okay, wow, we're getting real personal now. Okay, so I can't necessarily reach back into the memory bank and pick out maybe the weirdest or the strangest dream ever, but I can definitely maybe recall the most recent one, which was one that happened very recently, and I dreamt that me and The Rock were working in some retail store, which is really weird because I don't work in a retail store, nor do I work currently in a capacity with The Rock. What's his name? Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah.
And when we were working, I was speaking to him about his daughters and his family or whatever, and then I turned to him and I was like, this is really weird. The Rock, why are you here? Why are you working this retail job? And his answer was, exactly. And so, I'm not really sure.
Not an answer.
Exactly. That was not an answer. I'm not really sure what that dream was all about, but it was definitely super weird. How about you?
Well, I'm going to reach back into the memory banks. So
Okay.
I'm going to go back when I was younger, and I used to have a lot of stuffed cartoon characters, bears, dogs, whatever, dolls sitting on a chest back in one of my homes. And I used to actually think that they would move at night, but that's another story. I don't know, kids got these imaginations. Yeah, that's something else, though. But what I'd have is this reoccurring dream that involved them growing to 20 feet tall and chasing me around I guess it was like a green virtual field. Very strange.
That's crazy.
And then I would wake up and then check the chest to see if they were all in their original place and at their original size, just to make sure that dream didn't turn into reality.
And you expect me to sleep tonight? And interesting.
That's why we don't have dolls out like that.
Yeah, that would be a little terrifying. I think I was scared by the couple of dolls and things that I had. But yeah, 20-foot tall giants, that's something.
Yeah, they
for
were
sure.
huge. And there was a lot of them because it was mixed with my brother's things that he had too. So there was probably almost 30 of them on the chest. It was crazy. It was hard to get into that chest. You had to take them all off and throw them on the bed. It's kind of strange.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it moving and stop scaring me so much. And we're going to start talking about lucid dreaming, right?
Well then, what is a lucid dream?
So according to Wikipedia, a lucid dream is a dream during which the dreamer is aware that they are dreaming. During lucid dreaming, the dreamer may be able to have some control over the dream characters, narrative, and environment. So when I read this, to me it sounded like, and I believe I have had a lucid dream. It's kind of like being the star in your own movie in your head.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to think of it. I thought of lucid dreaming as it's different. I thought of it like astral projection, kind of like in Insidious, where you kind of have like an out of body experience, but you don't see your body. You just kind of like go out of your body and start doing stuff. I mean, it could a lucid dream could be like that. It could be
probably
like an astral projection. It's possible.
Yeah,
some people probably had things like that. I haven't had a lucid dream like that. My lucid dreams are more like Walking Dead, and I'm the star of the show. I'm taking out zombies left and right. I have had those dreams too, where I had to where it was like an apocalypse and I had to save people. And I'm like, this is a dream. And I say, you know what? I'm gonna be the hero and I'm gonna survive this time, because that's what happened. Like sometimes it would get down to the line and it looks like I'm not gonna survive. But what I would do is I would be like, you know what? This is a dream and I should survive. Like I literally did that. I don't know if you've had a dream like that where it's like you're near death, but you say, forget it. I'm gonna win. I don't know if you've done that before.
No, I usually just wake up screaming or wake up and look at you and be like, what the hell?
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. The terror continues. How common are lucid dreams, do you think?
I found an article on BuzzFeed that specifically mentions a German study, and what they found is that 51% of the population have actually experienced a lucid dream at least once in their lifetime.
Okay, there's something I came across on the internet which I thought was funny. It's like Van Winkle's, and it says
Rip Van Winkle.
Yeah. Taken together, studies suggest more people can have lucid dreams, and that pursuit of the practice, motivated by cultural norms or individual beliefs, sparks adventures in the snoozing fantasy land, and most nationalities boast somewhere between near the 55% rate range average, and rates have materially changed over time. So yeah, I think that 50-ish number pretty much is about right, but I think there's more studies or more, I guess, science that needs to be probably attributed to this type of dreaming that people are experiencing.
I've never been in these studies. I'll tell you that.
Well, yes, you've not been in Germany, nor...
And I've not, and like those email surveys, I've never seen anything about lucid dreaming, so that's one thing.
No, maybe they're reaching middle America.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe that's
I'm waiting for my survey and my stipend with that.
Okay. What do you think are the benefits of lucid dreaming?
I think the main benefit is like achieving something you didn't do in your actual life. Like becoming a superpowered, tights-wearing hero, able to defeat villains with a snap of your fingers.
Gotcha. Or being president, maybe.
Anybody can do that, obviously.
Clearly a little bitter.
All you gotta do is search it on the internet. How to be president.
Word. Wikipedia might have something on this as well. Yes, on a website that I think is phenomenally named howtolucid.com.
What? Okay, of course.
They mentioned several benefits of lucid dreaming, such as reuniting with lost loved ones, which I thought was really sad, but also really beautiful, because people do really struggle with transitions in life, is how I will put it.
Wow.
And, maybe if you're seeing kind of that relative that you really miss in your dream and you really feel like they're there, even though they may not be there.
They have a lucid dream with a relative. I've never had a lucid dream about someone that's passed. I've never had that.
So maybe someone listening might relate to that.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never had that.
Also, they mentioned practicing and improving at real skills, which I was like,
what?
What are we doing? Jump shots in our sleep? Like,
no, you can be like an excellent ski shooter.
Okay.
Shoot the clay targets.
Okay, Jason Bournes. Okay.
I don't know. I guess.
They mentioned better and more restful sleep. I don't know. I mean, to me, I think that
That's interesting.
I know, because if you feel awake, if you feel like that all night, technically, I feel like that would be more on the exhausting side.
Well, but later on, I'll go into when the lucid dreams usually happen, and it actually happens during a deeper part of sleep. So that's what they might be getting onto that.
Okay, and just they mentioned a bunch of other stuff. I'll just say last two things I saw that were interesting were having more fun when sleeping, which I think I'll indicate to that as well. That's one thing.
Definitely.
And then unlimited source of inspiration, probably indicating the idea that when you're having a lucid dream, you could be dreaming about anything. So it's kind of like you can be tapping into this like interesting space in your mind and time and
yeah, you can, but you don't have to be lucid for your dream to be inspiring.
Sure,
you can just remember your dream and have no control of it.
Very true.
I mean, that's not a benefit of lucid. That's just dreaming. Like, they just threw that in there. It's like a give me.
You can visit this on WokeNFree.com, and again, this is howtolucid.com.
How appropriately titled.
Exactly.
Now, do you think there are any dangers to lucid dreaming?
Definitely. On this blog that I came across, blog.mindvalley.com, they address lucid dreaming, and they talk about a couple of things that there are, I guess you would deem a risk of lucid dreaming. One being sleep paralysis. So if people aren't aware of what that is, it's the most common negative experience lucid dreamers have is sleep paralysis. The experience is just like as it sounds, the inability to move when you're asleep. So it happens to everyone every time they enter REM, right, which is the rapid eye movement sleep. And since people are having the vivid dreams during REM sleeping, that your body enters a state of paralysis.
So that's not the band. REM.
I don't know what that means.
The band REM. Oh, okay, you know their music. You just don't
yeah,
know
I guess. So. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't.
Because you just called them out, so I thought you were talking about them.
No.
Not the band then.
Nope. Like restated rapid eye movement sleep.
If you say so, dearest.
So there's that. So you enter that state of paralysis to prevent us from acting out those dreams. So that's interesting. Also lucid nightmares. So maybe you feel like kind of like what you were hinting to about being with zombies and all sorts of craziness, and it seems really real, and you're there and you're fighting and shooting and you're asking where Daryl is. It's really crazy. And then also just being, like I mentioned before, maybe exhausted from lucid dreaming. But what do you think are some drawbacks?
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head and listed all the drawbacks. I just like to add that interesting thing is, like I was telling you earlier, was that the lucid dreaming actually happens mostly during the REM cycle, which means, the REM cycle was actually intended just to stop you from physically acting out your dreams. And this is according to an article I read in Lifehacker.
Okay.
And during this state, the dreams themselves can be more vivid. So I guess that's what can lead to you, I guess, getting control over these dreams. Because during REM, you have these vivid encounters or whatever. And you just say, hey, something's up. And you kind of take control.
Gotcha. Well, we recently met someone who was telling us about sleep paralysis. This was something that was new to me for sure, because I think I've definitely had lucid dreaming, but I don't know if I've ever felt like I had sleep paralysis where I couldn't move. But I definitely have had the not paralysis, but like
I've had like the numbing of my arm because I was sleeping on it.
That is not what they were talking about.
It's kind of like that. My arm is paralyzed and I can't move. I feel like I'm partially paralyzed.
You laid your heavy behind.
And I feel like my arm.
In a weird way.
And it like stings, and it's like I got to keep in my hand. There's no blood flow to my hand.
Are making fun of people who have serious problems.
So people like I feel their pain because my arm will just sometimes ache when I lay on it, and my hand will tingle and. Ugh.
No, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't want to wish that upon myself, but I do
want to try it out, though?
I do. No, I have sympathy for anyone who is going through that because it sounds very terrifying and scary. But hopefully there's some type of meditation or medicine that can work for that.
It's called Keep Calm and Remain Relaxed. You're going to wake up eventually.
Prayers,
and your body.
Prayers, and stay woken free, guys.
Are there things to remember then? While doing lucid dreaming?
All right, Woken Free Nation. So again, I liked some of the tips that were shared by blog.mindvalley.com. And again, you can find all of our resources on WokeNFree.com. So they mentioned the fact that, hey guys, we can't forget it's just a dream, right? Even when something seems really real, if you're in your jammies with a bonnet on your head, you're sleeping. Like, let's not forget, guys. Also, that make it a habit, not an obsession. What were you gonna say?
I mean, you don't really think about that when you're lucid dreaming. You don't think about the clothes you're in. I think you think about the clothes that you have while you're actually in the dream. Like, yeah, whenever I lucid dream, I'm not like wearing my pajama pants and my bunny rabbit slippers that I don't actually own.
I don't actually remember the clothing that
I'm usually wearing stuff that fits with the environment. I mean, me at least. I'm wearing stuff that fits with the environment.
I think
I remember it.
Mine is
partially.
More like the conversations I'm having or like the scenery, but actually,
so you
I don't
see
remember
your clothes that you have on?
Maybe one or twice, but that's actually, which is ironic because I love fashion. But no, yeah, that's usually not. It's more because it's like I think I've had the lucid nightmare situation where it's the people and the killing and then you're gonna die and it's more that. So I'm definitely
all my lucid dreams they usually end up well. I've only had 2 ones where it's kind of like on a cliffhanger where I don't know if I survive or I get caught.
Interesting.
But usually I lucid dream to like take over a bad dream to prevent it from being like a nightmare or something.
I just wake up, yeah. I'm just like,
and then sometimes I do wake up, yeah. Sometimes I just wake up, I'm like, you know what, this is not cool. I don't like this, and I wake up. So that happens too.
And then also they just mentioned like practice mindful meditation, which I thought was, listen, we could all benefit from that. So whether you're a lucid dreamer or not, I think mindful meditation is very, very key. But what are things that you think people should remember with this?
Well, I say that if you suffer from sleep paralysis, just don't be scared. That's the key thing, because you're just frozen in that state of shock, and that is not going to help you. It will mess you up oh so dearly. Sure. So please just relax and know that it'll all be over soon, and you will gain physical prowess over your beloved body once again. So don't panic. Please stay calm. That's the key thing to remember. It is just a dream.
I feel like you're advising people for shark attacks. Like, do not panic and start flailing while the beast is coming towards you. Like,
yeah, that's a little rougher. I mean, I just say you're done. D-U-N, done. That's what I say.
Do not say that. People have been, our WokeNFree Nation, someone could have been attacked by a shark and they could be alive. But that would be a fascinating episode.
Get back to me
like,
and tell me that.
Reach out to us on WokeNFree.com. Hit us up on our contact us page. If you have been bitten by a shark, we would love to have that conversation because I'm terrified of these creatures. Khalil is a fan of some of them.
Just the great whites, really.
Yep.
And the hammerheads are cool.
And say that when you're in the ocean.
No, the hammer. I'd be in the only shark I'd be in the ocean with is a hammerhead because they have cool heads. It looks like a hammer.
Moving on.
Let's back to the topic.
We digress. What are some things that people don't know about lucid dreaming?
BuzzFeed had this appropriately titled 15 facts that will make you question reality. And it has some interesting points, and I'll name just a few of them. The first one is lucid dreams start out like any normal dream, which, yeah, that's how mine started out. They started out normal, and then I just took control eventually. Another point is scientists don't know what triggers you to realize you're dreaming and become lucid. There's not much science behind this stuff. That's what that's saying. And this is for you, love. Lucid dreams are not nightmares. Remember that. Lucid dreams may be linked to being more introspective or having more gray matter in your brain.
Okay, then.
Maybe. I don't know. There's not a lot of science behind it. Lucid dreaming might be an innate skill. Yes, superpowers.
Exactly.
You can teach yourself to have lucid dreams. And lastly, lucid dreaming won't actually influence your waking life. So it goes against that point that you said that you can develop a skill. But this was the BuzzFeed article. It goes directly against that.
It could just be conflicting advice, That's fine.
Yeah, it's different opinions, I guess. Even though they labeled it 15 facts. I mean, what's a fact, really? Interesting.
Yes, alternative facts, eh?
No.
So I found this article by Rebecca Turner, and you'll find it on WokeNFree.com. It's titled 10 Things You Didn't Know About Lucid Dreaming. And she first mentions that the first lucid dreams were recorded by ancient Egyptians. The Egyptians were an advanced civilization, ... which coalesced more than 5,000 years ago. And according to Jeremy Nadler, author of Temple of the Cosmos, they believed in 3 bodies: Shat, the corpse body, Ka, the living physical body, and Ba, the soul. And Ba was often represented in hieroglyphics as a human-headed bird floating above the sleeping body or corpse. And he notes, the Ba is the person but in another form. The Ba could be defined as an individual in an out-of-body state. Very interesting. So you can read more about that if you click on the article on WokeNFree.com. Cliffhangers. Also, she mentioned that in her article, lucid dreaming can be mapped as a separate state of consciousness, which is interesting. So, like, I don't know what you think about that, but that kind of sparks a couple of things in my mind. And also, I appreciated this one. Lucid dream orgasms can be real.
Oh, yes.
And she goes into talking about that.
Okay.
Scientists have found that lucid orgasms can sometimes be accompanied by real physical response, including increased heart rate, changes in vascular tissue, and other muscular reactions. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's up.
That's amazing.
Yes, I will not go more into that, but there is more to be said on that subject. And then also, Tibetan Buddhist monks use lucid dreaming on their path to enlightenment. Tibetan dream yoga is the original Eastern form of lucid dreaming. It's a philosophical practice created in Tibetan Buddhism at least 1,000 years ago. Just like lucid dreams, the aim of dream yoga is to awaken the conscious self from within the dream state, which they call apprehending the dream. So it's an interesting area. I think that's why we definitely wanted to talk about it on WokeNFree, right? But we also wanted to enlighten everyone. But yes, that commentary about sex and orgasm is fascinating.
That's interesting stuff here.
Word.
I mean, my lucid dreams are about action.
Okay, sir.
I guess that's another form of action, though, as well. ... To be continued in a galaxy far away.
Yes.
Far, far away. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Scenario 1. Abigail just woke up from a long slumber with a panging probably caused by her incessantly ringing alarm clock. She proceeds to smash the alarm clock with a wooden baseball bat signed by the great Derek Jeter, and then goes back to sleep. A couple of hours later, she wakes up from some vibrating nonsense inside her drawer. Keep your minds out of the gutters, folk. She picks up the device and sees it's her boss calling her. Do you think this is really happening? Or should Abigail just tell her boss off so she can eventually leave this sleep inception?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh man, I don't know. I would say, if she wants her job, she might want to not tell her boss to, beep off, and might actually kind of wake herself up, look at her clock and see if it's 11 o'clock. Maybe that's why her boss is like, hey chick, where you at? Instead of just being like, this can be real. When it's like, or maybe you're just that crazy in this moment right now.
Wow, now she's crazy.
Well, people, we all bug out sometimes. But I would check I would check multiple clocks to make sure that
check multiple clocks.
Things are going on. Yeah, just be like, where am I? Because listen, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wait, what? Where am I? And it's just it's
and
like,
that'll tell you that you're not in a dream if you check multiple clocks.
If you in multiple rooms in your house, like if you literally get out of your bed.
All right, get out of your bed. You walk around. You check
Stop
the clocks.
it, Khalil.
No, I'm just wondering. This is what you can do to ensure you're not in the dream.
I don't know. What's your advice?
This is the key thing is who has a baseball bat signed by the great Derek Jeter? Who has that?
I don't know.
That's a dream. You're definitely in a dream right there. So I'd say she go ahead and she say whatever she wants to that fake virtual boss in her mind, because her boss is not going to really hear that. That's just her telling herself off.
You're trying to get people on
she should do it.
Unemployment right now.
No, because she knows well that she don't have no Derek Jeter baseball bat. You know she doesn't.
Assumptions.
Well, I wouldn't think she did. Like if I saw that from afar, I'd say, Abigail, you do what's right and you tell your boss what you feel. Scenario 2. Luana has set out to tour the vast ocean on a 6-month excursion in her 20-foot boat she calls the M205. Now that she has all this time, she says, I'm going to finally get my lucid dream. Is this a great idea? Or should she wait for drier lands to be so daring and bold?
I don't know. I mean, as long as she's not like lucid dreaming on deck where she can fall off into the water and the sharks can eat her while lucid dreaming.
Can you be eaten while in a lucid dream state?
Yes. Yes,
or does that actually like scare off the sharks because they feel that lucid coming out of you?
No, they see that flesh and they come for you.
No,
and
don't say that.
Then they spit it out and say, "Oh, you're not so tasty."
You're in such a zen state that they know better.
I wish. She needs.
No one's tried it.
She needs that funny? Derek Jeter bat. That's what she needs.
There's never been a shark attack on a lucid dreamer. Someone that's in a lucid dream state. I don't know if you
can accurately
I can guarantee
state that.
If someone does that, I will pay them if they prove that.
Stop trying to give away money.
If someone was attacked while in a lucid dream state.
People will say anything in this country.
I know they're going to lie, but I need proof, though. Yeah, if they can give me bold proof.
Keep it to yourself because you sound crazy.
They will be paid
right now.
dearly.
No, this is not an offer, and there is no acceptance for this conversation.
The contract will be
created. Hey!
Sign a contract.
No. There's none of that going on.
So,
I already said
dreaming?
No. She can if she wants. Just don't do it on the deck or whatever. I don't know boat terminology. Wherever you can slip off and fall, don't do it there. Do it if there's like an under part of the boat. Just go in there and do that. Don't do it just right out in this. Because also you got to be careful of your skin. Do you have enough sun protection stuff on? It's a whole thing. So
it's okay then to start your lucid dream journey on a boat.
Why not?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's a danger to it. As long as she does it and she's like in the middle of the ocean, not gonna crash into another boat or something. Like if she's like docked or she has her what is it? As long as she's not like I mean, I guess she could be moving as long as there's no boats nearby. Because I wouldn't want her to be dreaming and then like crash or something. So
true.
That would be something to keep in mind.
I don't know enough about boats to say what she should do. But yeah, probably put that anchor thing in so yeah, you're not like floating into something or floating into like that crazy... What's that movie with all the water and it was like the first storm or I don't know, something where it was
Perfect Storm?
Yeah, the perfect storm. Yeah, like don't go into some type of crazy environment like that because you probably can't lucid dream or survive that. So, good luck. Luana, whatever her name was.
Luana. Mm-hmm. Scenario 3. Corbin usually doesn't have the best of luck, but in this dream, Corbin is number 1. Only problem is he can't move a muscle in his body and can't even blink. How should he react in this situation?
How is he number 1 in the dream if he has sleep paralysis?
Because everybody is cheering him on.
Even though he can't move?
It's a great dream.
I don't even understand the scenario.
He's in a dream. Everybody says he's the best. They all need his help. He just can't actually physically move his body.
So people are cheering a stiff body. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, he's actually stiff, but in the dream they don't know that.
Oh, in the dream he's moving, but in his body he can't.
Yeah, he can't move his body, but in the dream he's able to move.
Like you said, stay calm and keep breathing and just kind of work towards trying to move that pinky and eye and eventually toe and everything else attached to your body. And hopefully eventually he'll be able to move and maybe hopefully work on having better luck. I mean, mindset is everything. So if you think you're damned, then, that's not really helping things. But what are your thoughts?
All he could do is keep calm and wait. There's nothing really more you can do.
Just probably
don't panic.
T-shirt. Isn't there a T-shirt?
How would the T-shirt open?
Say that. Keep calm.
So he's going to look down at his shirt. He's got to wear it upside down then so he can read it.
Nice.
Yeah, if he wears it upside down, then that might help.
These are maybe the most peculiar scenarios. Yep. Excellent.
So wear an upside down shirt that says keep calm and proceed on or carry on.
How's he getting it on?
Keep calm and carry on. I guess I could say. He's carrying on in his dream.
I hope everyone's praying for us.
I say a little prayer for you.
Oh, gosh.
Forever.
You do realize you're not a singer.
I'm not singing. I was just talking right there.
That's disastrous.
I know. Isn't that weird? I don't know. That happens though. Sometimes you talk, but it sounds like a song. It's weird.
Are you trying to come for rappers?
I'm not coming from rappers. I'm just talking about those musicals that just appear out of nowhere. When the TV shows do it.
You're really coming for people.
No, only TV shows when they decide to break out in song and dance.
So we are at that time again. It is the nearing of the end of our 41st episode of Woke and Free. Really?
Wow.
You go
Is this
low
what you did
and
to
I
me?
go high.
Is this what you do to me?
After 41 episodes,
How
you
can
still
you do
can't
this to
get
me?
this, and your acting is just as terrible as it always has been.
What do you mean always has been?
Nearly 14 years of, what was this, The Godfather we were trying to do here?
No, why would you say that? This is more than that. This is Al Pacino's greatest.
Ugh, what a disaster.
That was the warm-up, though. That wasn't the actual,
You
performance.
should be ashamed of
No,
yourself.
but it was only the warm-up.
I will literally challenge you to
to be ready for the next time?
To do impressions, a specialty episode, and you will catch yourself lovely, because people will listen.
So you want me to do impressions?
Yep.
Well, you can't choose, crazy people,
No,
though.
you can choose all of your people.
Okay, good.
And they will all sound really crazy and terrible.
If you think so.
Yes.
No, you're gonna pay to see it.
Here we go with the money. Stop asking people for money.
No, they're not paying. You're paying.
This was quite the episode talking about lucid dreaming. Will I leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please.
On our next episode, we will be talking about what makes a good friendship. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you would like to be a guest on our show, please submit a topic for an upcoming episode on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. So that is WokenFree.com. And of course, we are super active on social media. Please feel free to hit us up anytime on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WokenFree.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do. Share the episode, and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokeNFree Wednesdays. Until next time.